Welcome everyone. Today we're going to go ahead and set up the base for our island, and I'm just going to show you how I did mine. Here I'm just laying them out to start, and for those of you who don't know, my name is Jared Myers, and I completely renovated my whole entire kitchen with Ikea cabinets and some other handiwork. So I'm just going to show you kind of how I set mine up. So I kind of planned my island out. I taped it down. See the green tape that goes around? That's kind of my footprint of my island. And then I was measuring the halfway distance between each cabinet to split the difference between the front and the back cabinet and the sides, to make sure that all the weight that were on the cabinets were split equally across all these 2x4s. Alright, so this one's a little bit crooked because I have a small wine rack. I want to hit both cabinets on either side and the wine rack. Kind of split the difference here. Same thing here, but I used the whole difference of the whole island, hit it right in the center. Centered this one between these two and front and back. And then this one I centered in the middle, but I'm gonna push it that way a little bit because I'm gonna have an overhang, so I want a little bit more over there. Alright, so now that we have an idea of where these blocks go, we're gonna go ahead and mount the angle brackets to them. And you're gonna mount 2 to each 2x4, and these are really great because they allow you to adjust the height of each one in a way that you're able to go ahead and see if it's level across itself as well as if it's level with others, and just gives you that adjustable height, which is pretty awesome. So I'm just putting those on. It's supposed to be the long side. Of course, in the usual fashion, I put something on incorrectly, so I had to flip them around. The long side should go on the 2x4 and the short side goes to the floor. And now you can see how it's adjustable. It floats in that area, so that way you can adjust it to the appropriate height and then tighten it. This is me just mounting it to the floor first. So you can see after it's mounted to the floor how it adjusts. Now I'm going to take the feet and fit them onto the cabinet, but I'm going to put them on top of the mounting blocks first, and then I'm going to put the legs on. Otherwise the legs just tend to fall off when you don't want them to. Now at this point you can see where that wine rack goes. It goes between those two cabinets, which is why this cabinet is not as deep as the other cabinets. This is me attempting to level everything out across all the cabinets in all directions, measuring diagonally, back and forth, and across all the cabinets to really see where I was high and where it wasn't. And after doing this for a bit, I learned that I had a lot of things to move around, so I had to kind of come up with different ways to really solve my problems, which you're about to see here in a minute. If you guys are finding any of this interesting or helpful, could you just give me a like down there or subscribe? Helps me out. Appreciate it. So my first attempt was to go ahead and clamp the cabinets together while they were, where they should be, but that didn't seem to work out. It wasn't clamping together right, and it wouldn't stay level. So what I did is I actually laid one of them on its side and then put the other one on top. And then I was going to clamp them together and then mount them to one another. So that's how I handled these two cabinets together. It just made more sense, and I was able to get a nice mounting between them without them being crooked. So that's what I did. Hey, if you guys have any questions or there's something that you don't see that you'd like to see, let me know, and maybe I can answer that for you. So after I mounted these two cabinets together, I laid them down and put them back in place on top of their mounting blocks. And at that point, I had to adjust the mounting blocks up and down to make sure they mated with the cabinet. And this gave me enough adjustment to make sure that I was level across the whole island and that the cabinets stayed together like they were supposed to. And then what you do to mount the cabinets to the blocks, you drill down through the bottom of the cabinet, make sure that you're lined up right, and then you go ahead and put screws down through to hold the bottom of the cabinet directly to those mounting blocks. And then you go around the whole cabinet doing this, the whole cabinet system doing this, mounting the blocks, making sure they're adjusted appropriately, and then also checking that everything is level in every direction. It takes a while, it's a lot of messing around, but you can do it, it's possible. Just take your time and just keep making sure that you're level across the whole thing, and you will end up with a really nice surface to go ahead and mount your countertop to. Next, I'm going to put all the doors and drawers into these cabinets, so if you want to see that, click right here.